Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Battle Realms. This will be part 2, I guess. And I am on the third level of the dragon section, and once again I have to turn down my sound because it's always too high. I like to be heard over the battles, even if other people wouldn't like to hear me.
Yes, sir.
Agreed.
So,
over there.
In this one, we when we last left our heroes, so to speak, we were hunting down Shinja, trying to get him on our side to reclaim the the empire that Kenji's father slowly lost after his death.
I follow the
Which
dragon.
was blamed on Kenji. He was found with the dagger at his father's chest, and then he ran away. So yes.
Yes.
Our hero. So, in this level, we've got two new things. If you didn't watch the first video, I'd go back and watch that, especially if you haven't.
Right, I'm going.
If you don't know what's going on right now, because some of the concepts were explained there. In this level we get a target range, which allows us to build archers, and a tower, which I'll actually put to use soon. Right now I'm just going to go over here, because I know there are some enemies there.
Right,
Just
yes, sir.
an archer and a archer maybe.
For the clan!
And just quickly kill them. Yeah, one archer, two archers. Right, nice and easy. Just cleared that up. I'm just saving up to get an archer range, and I can get that now, so I'm going to take both of these guys, and I'm going to send them to build it. The archers in this game are one of the best units in the game by far. They have they've got a decent range, which can be upgraded to be a lot of range, and they've got a lot of damage. And they've also got that piercing type, which I go on about being so great. So yeah, they're just definitely a very, very reliable unit.
I'm going. Yes, sir.
You can keep collecting the rice.
You
can
yes.
train, and you water
yes,
those.
Sir.
So yeah, archers, and they also get the upgrades to make them shoot further and do more damage. But because we now have an archer range as well as a dojo, I'll also get the chance to show off the fact of combining units, so to speak, or the double training, which lets me get dragon warriors. And so yeah, I'm just going to build a tower first, right on the edge here.
Yes.
The reason you want a tower isn't...
Certainly.
It's not a defensive structure on its own. It requires a person inside of it to do anything, but a person inside can makes it able to activate an ability, as well as giving them bonus range, and protects them. So, you know, a tower is good like that. Unfortunately, a tower can't shoot just around its own base, but you can do what you make do with what you've got. So, yeah, right now I'm just collecting a lot of rice. You'll see my rice patches are actually getting pretty low. I'm going to run out soon unless I keep watering it. So, yeah. You get attacked pretty early in this level, just from memory. They'll come running across.
With
here they are now.
Hand.
That was very good timing. I'm so glad I did that. That peasant's in a bit of trouble. Let's do this. And when this goes in the tower, I will stun this swordsman. And there we go. He's stunned. I'm just going to try and waddle this peasant away. Get my other archer over.
On target.
It's pretty easy level. I should have it done pretty quickly, just so I can move on. I'm also going to run over here. There's just some enemies in the trees that I should deal with, since I'm here anyway. You can lose this level if you get cocky and try and say solo everything with Kenji.
I follow the dragon.
You should always send a standing army. Anyway, so back to explaining this tower. So as you saw, I used this Daze ability, which stuns nearby enemies. Each team has their own ability in the tower. In this case, there's the Daze. Also noted, towers give huge vision. If I take this archer out of the tower, you'll see this vision just disappears immediately. So yeah, towers are really good for scouting.
On target.
You know, keeping an eye on enemies coming in on your base. And because they all have an ability which sort of slows down the enemy's progression, towers are very good defensive structures in that respect. But on their own, like, a tower isn't meant to make your defense solid. It's about giving you an upper hand or a slight advantage. A tower on its own is basically worthless.
On target.
You definitely need your army beneath it. It might stall a little bit, it might kill one unit, but a tower alone is nothing. So then when you combine a tower with other forces, that towers really become as strong as they are. So I'm going to take one of these guys off rice to ward up, just because I want to get the archer range upgrade, and I also want to keep training units, so...
Certainly. I'm off.
Just got a lot of units standing around, peasants standing around. That's wasteful. Never let that happen in a skirmish or in a proper level. Peasants standing around is a sign that you're doing something wrong. but in this level it's kind of okay because you don't have much rice to work with. So yeah, peasants usually want building, or collecting, or watering, or training, just constantly. You never really want your peasants sitting down. If you've got a building coming up and only one guy working on it, put two peasants on. It makes it go 10 times faster and it's very worth it. So Shinja's base is actually up here. The goal of this level is just to take Shinja down himself, which is easy. He's just in a tower, he's no real challenge. Just boom, one hit, well, not one hit, you know, just a few hits and he's gone.
Alright.
So I'm actually going to start moving out because, yeah, there's not much of a challenge to this level.
Yes, sir.
I'm about to get my first Dragon Warrior though. This is the Dragon Warrior. So a Dragon Warrior is a pretty tough unit. Units do get stronger in a sense when you level them up. They get more health almost always, with the exception of I think the Raider and maybe some of the tankier units don't get more health. But they don't get more damage, I don't believe. However, they cost more. See, a peasant costs 30 and 30 to become a spearman, and then the spearman costs 30 and 30 to become a dragon warrior. So it's not actually that huge an improvement because it's not a whole new unit. It's just an extra, you know, an upgrade to a spearman. Also, because dragon warriors have the cutting attack type, they're not hugely strong. They're okay, but they're not great. So I'm just going to leave a whole bunch of units queued there, and I'll put that there, and I'll get this guy out of the tower, because I'm not really worried about attacks. So all I'm going to do is send these guys up here to just camp here, and they'll shoot down at this rice patch, they'll shoot whatever they can. Probably a peasant or something, but it's not really a hard level, so I don't think... And then the enemy's going to come running in, because they always do, to try and defend, and I'm just going to mob them and kill them. Walk right there, let's chop these down. I'm just going to come over here. There is a Sharpshooters Guild, that's where you build crossbows from. I'm just going to demonstrate. Dragon Warriors can do that. They have a ranged attack, sort of like a leftover of the fact that they're archers, and it can set buildings on fire, but you need like 4 or 5 of them for it to actually happen, so it's not reliable.
Yes.
So don't get too hung up on using your ranged attack of Dragon Warriors. They're not just meant for ranged attacking. Oh guys, fun. Chop, chop. Literally. Yeah, that was a terrible pun.
I'm off. Yes.
Glad to inflict suffering on those who watch. You might also notice if you're watching another one of my videos, this one's of a higher quality. Yeah, I just
on target.
Click of a switch, push of a button, higher quality. That's all there is to it. We'll just call it advanced recording techniques. I'll leave this guy in the tower, not because I think I'll need him, but you know, it's just good practice to sort of have something present at your base. Usually you want to pool a bunch of units beneath the tower or just a little bit behind it, so if the enemy comes in from this side, your guys won't walk all the way out to meet them and not have the towers back up.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just going to go in over here. Whoop, a bit of lag there. Yes. I'm just going to go in and kill Shinja. He's in a tower, and you'll get to see, hopefully, the serpent ability. Here we go, just going to rush in and start hitting it. I don't know what those exclamation marks mean, really. I've never really understood. Come on, Shinja. There it is. This is a daze of the Serpent Clan. It's not a direct stun. It looks like it is, but that's just because it's taken away the vision of those units. So they literally can't see anything but next to them. And it also, more importantly, raises the damage that units affected by it take. So I'm just going to shut up for the cinematic.
It's over. Of course.
You know who I am.
Kenji, Serpent's son. And yet, you kept fighting.
Once I knew a scared boy who ran from his accusers. I had to know if he was still that boy. Are you back to rule the Serpent Clan?
Where is the Serpent's orb?
Going to break the world, then?
Show respect.
As you wish, Otomo.
You were charged with protecting the orb. Where is it?
At the Swan's Pool. The old man was more perceptive than we thought. He knew Serpent Home would fall.
Lord Ojaa would never have given the orb to Geisha.
No, he would have. How has the Swan's Pool survived?
The Geisha are still considered untouchable. 7 years in the grave have weakened your father's grip, but the Wolf and Lotus still fear his name.
Show me the safest path.
As I serve the Father, so I'll serve the Son. The Wolf Clan has moved in here, driving the original farmers out. The stench of their shanties wafts south when the weather's clear. As in your father's time, the Wolf Barbarians are woefully unprepared to face a battle-ready foe. Still, the Wolf are always spoiling for a fight. The Lotus Clan's lands are far to the east, but they have built an outpost here. One of their vile wizards has enslaved the local peasants with his dark magics. The villagers know the land well and would be valuable allies. The most direct route leads through the center of Riverside Town. The locals survive by trading with both Lotus and Wolf, so we're sure to be noticed.
This is back to the map screen, and last time I got to choose this map, and then we went on to do this map. So now we've got a choice of 3 different levels. I'm going to pick this one on the left, because from it you get a Ra. What you get to choose at this point is what hero will be joining your side down the line. They join you for this level, and then they disappear for a while, and they come back later. If you choose the left, you get a Ra, who is a powerful archer. If you choose the middle, you get Garen, who is a horse lord and can summon horses. And if you choose the right, you don't get anything until later on, where you get a choice of 3 different heroes. It's really cool like that. You get people you get to pick from the Wolf Clan, and I actually did that in my other run. I went there and I got a Wolf hero, but now I'm going to go for the Ra. So yeah, let's just hop into it.
I've taken the liberty of sending some men to occupy the town. If we hurry, we might take them unprepared.
The Wolf Miners... the Wolf Miners. I never thought I'd be fighting against them. As much as it pains me, we have no choice but to fight. We should clear them away and move on to the Swan's Pool. The Geisha's orb. The Geisha trust me, so I must survive if we're to reclaim the orb. So right away, you can already see a Ra, and you can already see that massive damage and range she's got. Well, maybe not so much the range, but the damage. So I'm just going to clear these out before she gets into any trouble, and I'll just leave my peasants here. I will start talking about all the special stuff in a minute. Right now I just need to gather all my troops together.
With bow in hand.
And these peasants.
Right. Yes, sir.
As you command.
Go.
Right.
So, our paths cross again. It seems I owe you my life.
I don't know the history there, but it amuses me, and I would like to know the story. I've never really looked into it, so I can't tell you what that's about.
The dragon.
But it's pretty funny.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Over there.
Ra looks to be joining you fairly unwillingly. Don't know the history, but speaking of the history, that subtle segue there.
Alright.
Yeah, there's a lot of history and sort of there's occasional symbolism and things like that in the game.
Yes, sir.
Which I'm just going to talk about for a moment.
I
like
follow
for a start,
the dragon.
when you first play the first level,
For the serpent.
when Kenji's talking about which path he'll take, he's actually at a crossroad. And sure, you can only go up the one path, but the symbolism's there. I also could have sworn I saw a skull underneath the Shinja's keep. I might just be imagining it, but I thought I saw one there on the ground. You know, not an actual skull, but made up of the terrain. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly build up this.
I follow the dragon.
Yeah, today we're against the Wolf Clan. Talk about them in a moment. So yeah, the history of the game goes pretty simply. 7 years ago, there was the Serpent Clan, led by Lord Oja, who was Kenji's father. Kenji also has a brother, but that comes up later. And his father was killed, and Kenji was found next to the body, and the body was found with a dagger in it. So Kenji was obviously the one put to blame. So he ran away for 7 years. And in that time, his father's kingdom, his father's entire empire, has been laid waste.
Certainly.
There's no one that could really lead. Shinja and Otomo are the last left loyalists. Shinja less so than Otomo. Here we go. Just gonna go defend this.
Blood and honor!
That should sort itself out.
Alright.
While I'm sorting my base out. So there you go, you can see a Ra is shooting literally from across the screen. And that's without being in like a tower or anything. So she's got massive range. Did I just lose a unit? I did. Those units, they're sledges, they're very powerful. Don't lose the archer.
Face your master!
Ra, please.
For Kenji.
Boom. Okay. Back to base.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, and then Kenji was found next to the body of his father. So Kenji was led to Blaine, and he ran away from home. Wow, nowhere to place this? That's awful. Wow. Run up this hill a little.
I
Maybe
follow
can
the
place it
dragon.
there. Oh, this is just terrible. Whatever.
Yes.
Near enough is good enough. I shouldn't need too many soldiers in this map.
Yes, sir.
I might even cut this video short. So, right now I'm just building up as you do. Yeah, so Kenji went away for 7 years, Otomo and Shinja did their best, but as you can see, Shinja and Otomo aren't really that great generals. Otomo sort of cowered, and Shinja was corrupt and weak, so to speak. Like, he tried to be strong, but he's not really a great warlord. Also, I think, if you can see, when it gets close in the cinematics, Shinja's got slightly grey hair around the edges, just sort of showing that he's getting on in years, which I hadn't noticed until recently. So Shinja's not your tip-top general that you might like.
Yes, sir.
Which is,
I follow
kind of sad,
the dragon.
but
yes,
that's the way the cookie crumbles, or whatever the saying is. But yeah, back to Shinja. So right now I've got 2 new heroes, Shinja, from who I've attained from the previous level, and I'll just hop him off this horse for a moment, and I've got a Ra. So Shinja's got an ability, he's got a cutting type like Kenji and Otomo, once again. I think he's meant to be a parallel to Otomo in most situations. Otomo has a damage buff, Shinja has a damage weakening move, that intimidation there.
I follow the dragon.
And a Ra has massive range, as well as the ability to reveal faraway places with an arrow. Like that. It doesn't last indefinitely, but it lasts a short while. Oh, I think I just saw an enemy. So yeah, I'm just going to pop her on this horse, because she's much better to be on a horse right now.
Certainly.
She's also very good in a tower. She's very good anywhere that she can just sit back and shoot from a safe distance. So yeah, now I have horses, and you can collect horses at a stable, and then your units can mount them. Most units can. There are a few units that can't on some of the teams, but I think every dragon unit can. And they come with their own ability, where they trample nearby enemies, which is massive damage in an AoE. Not massive, but a very respectable amount. You don't want to charge an enemy that's got fully mounted forces, because you'll just get chopped to shreds. And you can also get upgrades for horses. They can get run further, more health, and your units can't get dismounted, because certain things can dismount your units, like a flash of light from towers, or lightning from Zenith,
with bow in hand.
Later on.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, not these two.
I follow the dragon.
Click on that.
Yes.
You can pour water.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I'm just still collecting resources. I don't really need the resources all that much. So yeah, now to talk about my enemy. I am against the Wolf Clan. That's rare sometimes. You can just sort of... And as you can see, that's just damaging both all enemies around them. So yeah, the Wolf Clan, they're a they're obviously savage, well they're meant to be, of this world. Savages, I don't really like to, be like, oh, they're savages, but they are. They were slaves to the Lotus Clan, and then they broke free, and now they are their own clan. And they and the Lotus are both tearing at the scraps of the fallen Empire of the Sun, as mentioned in the
straight and true.
Previous, map
the arrow flies.
Face your master!
Take down the tower, please.
Take aim! For the clan!
Sorry, go stop shooting the flag. Oh jeez, that's ugly. Where's a Ra? So it's not so bad. At this point it doesn't matter if Otomo or Shinja or a Ra die, only Kenji must live. Which gets even easier soon. Not quite yet, but soon.
I follow the dragon.
Normally in...
Yes.
Damn it. Normally in the actual skirmishes, I'll go for damage first. You don't need the range. But I just feel like range in the campaign is slightly more useful. Just because the AI is pretty predictable.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, the Wolf Clan
I move.
rose up and broke free of the
Over
Serpent.
there.
And they've got a base up here, and I think they've also got something up there. They're kind of they're a little bit annoying to kill in this level because
Over
you're
there.
hunting for them. But yeah, this is once again a good unit composition. Mostly archers with a good tanking front wall. It's a little bit dangerous to send Kenji first, I won't lie, but I think I'm man enough to do it. So I'm just going to
Agreed.
rush up here, and
I
they
move.
shouldn't be too big
Over
of a
there.
wolf farm. It's mostly if they've got a tower.
Agreed.
These wolf towers are actually very powerful. I don't know if you saw it before.
Over there.
I'm just going to put Kenji away before the towers.
I sense your purpose.
I can't really describe too much about what the wolf clan are doing. If you want to know more,
Straight
I'd
and
seek out
true.
my other videos.
Blood and honor!
So right now my archers are making work. As you can see, Ara just...
Face your master!
Easy
My archers are definitely the strongest focus at this point. I really need that damage upgrade for them, so I'm going to send this guy to become a
Yes.
spearman. Damage upgrade.
Forward.
Rush, rush, rush. Kenji, don't die. Kenji, don't die. You're the only one who has to survive this.
Yes.
Okay, time for you to get back.
I understand.
Right, so that's the Wolf Clan basically defeated for this level, so I'm just going to quickly go through the cleanup. I'm going to start on the cleanup, it might take a while, so not much that can be done about that. So yeah, I'll probably cut the video off in a moment, won't drag this out much longer,
My aim is true.
because there's not really much more to show. Other than talk about the Wolf Clan, which I don't really want to do, because the focus should be on the Dragon Clan, who I'm really just showing everything with. Look at all that damage.
Dragon, guide my
The damage upgrade for archers is
I
definitely
hear.
more important than the range upgrade. It doesn't affect Ra, obviously, but it's still very powerful. Oh, and that's one other upgrade I didn't really cover. There's the Dragon's Fire, which gives Dragon Warriors, Kabuki Warriors, and Samurai more health.
As you command.
Which one's more, you know, it's sort of the equivalent to the
Focused and
Spearman gain more health upgrade.
On target.
But
Focused and
the
steady.
Spearman,
On target.
if they both give the same value of health, if you understand what I mean, like if they both give 50 more, it makes the Spearman more
I
efficient,
follow the dragon.
whereas the Dragon Warrior, it's not more efficient, so to speak. Because the Spearman is cheaper, so 50 more health on a cheaper unit is more significant than 50 more health on a more expensive unit. But it comes down to what you want to build your army, and I like Spearmen. Sometimes I'll use Dragon Warriors. If I'm against the Lotus, I'll usually use Dragon Warriors, because Lotus, that comes down to more explanations, which I don't really want to go into right now. Not what I'm trying to do this clean up. So yeah, not much left to do. You know, at least I've had a chance to go into the
Empty the mine and seek the
symbolism
target.
and things like that,
Straight and true.
and just the discussion of the general history. Our horse stables can hold only up to 6 horses, unfortunately. You can actually go and collect horses with your peasants, which is always fun.
I
Although
understand.
this probably does bring me to one important part.
I hear.
I'm gonna get this guy. I think that's just a
I
peasant.
sense
I'm
your
gonna get
purpose.
Hurrah, and I'm gonna bring her all the way over here.
Like
yeah,
an
up there.
arrow. Guide my
I'm
way.
gonna send her all the
I
way.
hear.
Wait. For a specific reason. I also revealed a couple of buildings, including a peasant hut, so I'll go kill that.
Over there.
Over this way. Come on over. Peasant hut.
Charge!
Break the peasant huts.
For the clan! Blood and honor! Forward!
That horse has barely used any stamina.
I
Why aren't you
hear.
running? Go. So yeah, there is that sort of
I
little bit of
hear.
depth
Like an arrow.
you don't
Guide
really
my
get
way.
quite in modern
I
day
hear.
games, where Atomo and Shinja do play a nice parallel. They're both sort of ex-generals of the old Oja's army, you know, Kenji's father, but neither of them are fit to rule, even if Shinja wants to, or you
Charge!
know, whichever of them want to. They're not quite fit for that
Like
role.
an arrow.
So they sort of, you know,
I
they're there,
understand.
and they play that role of, we need Kenji. And they set that up very nicely. So, one last thing I'll show you before the game ends is boulder pushing. Boulder pushing is the most dangerous thing in this game. Never do it unless you're a professional.
Focused and steady.
What do I mean by that?
Over there.
Boulders kill your own army 9 times out of 10. I won't be surprised if Ara dies from me touching this.
I sense
so I'm just
your
gonna
purpose.
push, and
I hear.
that boulder is now deadly to anything it touches. Any units will instantly die. Any buildings will get smashed by it until it decides to stop rolling. But as it's on a hill, I don't think it will. I can tell Ara to go over and push it again, and hopefully she doesn't get too close. So there it goes.
Like an arrow.
There aren't many
I
situations you get to
sense
use
your
boulders.
purpose. Like an arrow, guide my way.
But always
I
be wary of
understand.
them. They're the fastest way to kill
I
Kenji.
move.
And if you kill Kenji, even in some of the later missions, that's
Over
game
there.
over.
Yes.
So this is the
For the
last
clan!
bastion of the enemy, so I'm just going to take down this tower. It'll take a moment, but it's no worries. And once I'm done with this, I will save before I actually win the game.
Hear.
And then next time we can come back, and I will start all over. Not start over,
I
but...
sense your purpose.
Ooh,
I
that was
understand.
Okay, now I've done that, I'm just going to pause it here. I'm going to save, and then we can start fresh on the next levels next time. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and join me next time.